Hello there, Aries. Here you are. Welcome to this reading. Let's read for this Aries collective readings. Let's see. So let's come on in here. We have a Four of Wands. Okay, Four of Wands is so great to see in this transition reading. You see it here in the Rory deck. It's all what this deck wants. It wants to be a Four of Wands, and from there on we will see later on. So yeah, we will see. We are reading for Aries. We have here a Queen of Swords. Yeah, it has got nothing to do with you for now. The Queen of Swords. So you might as well a little bit more. So for the Aries, I think I would like to have seen here, of course, the first card out, Aries, but it's not. It's a Queen of Swords, but it's okay. We will see for the Aries, because we know that Scorpion is coming in as an Emperor, and you are the Emperor in the deck, male or female. And here we are starting off with this Queen of Swords reversed. Let's go on with your reading. The Hanged Man, the change of perspectives, the change of alphabet, the changes of colors, of sounds, the change of perspective. Going to see on another viewpoint, on another standpoint, what changes everything. Of course, when something changes, there have been or will come or was already a shift, because this happened. So first there had to be a shift of thinking or perception or delays. But we saw at the Scorpion reading, we really are waiting for the Emperor as a Scorpion, so you might have something to do with Scorpion. So the first change of perspective is when to change the position, and then you get the other position's viewpoint. So it's a way of thinking, so you can debate later further on it. We have here the water sign, the water element, the Ace of Cups, so it can have something to do, it might have been something to do with the water signs. We see here all those boats sailing on those water with the power of your wind as a Queen of Swords. Let's read for you some more. You can listen to it as well. We will shuffle and see in the present. Almost. The magician jumped out. The magician is Aries. It is like the Emperor, but different. We have the Seven of Swords. So, taking back your energy, because now you know you're not only the Emperor, you're also the Magician. So this is back going there, just knowing those two ways of perspective, for example. But you know, the Magician works with 4 elements, with all elements and all the combinations. Also with the word, with the sound, with the way of communication. But here we are in the night. We are in the night. We spell this is happening here in the night. The Seven of Swords. And we are now here in the Eight of Cups. Also on the 8th day of the wave spell. On the 9th day of the month March. Is this reading made? Near future, we have many cards out. Still the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So let's see. For Aries, Six of Swords. Yeah. So yeah, I know we wait on Scorpions, but here you have to do some transitioning first in this night about those water signs, about what's sailing on your waters, what is sailing on the waters. And here it's like this transition is only made with those information, little bit knowledge about tarot, little bit knowledge about these readings, about the story. This mother figure, the Queen of Pentacles, is like talking to her own kin about stories of mystics or buildings, vaults, real. She knows all those personas in the stories and more characteristics. They know the talents, they know the flaws, they know what they're doing, so she can tell to the Page of Pentacles who is listening to the story what is told in the story, what's there, what is the right story to tell in a way like tradition tells it. You understand what we saw in the Scorpion readings, the card clarifying themselves. But here we are still making the transition because she's telling a story, and then here this Page of Pentacles has got a story, and later when he or she is a queen or another storyteller, what we see here with the Hanged Man tells, it speaks, it's a basic of alphabet, the basic of the story. And here it's like the difference between how the story is told, or different between the generations, or exactly the same, especially if the Hierophant has got something to do with this, like the traditional ways. So traditionally, if this is a sailor, he would traditionally act like a sailor. He would traditionally act that he knows how to support his boats because he knows how it was done before, what helped them before, like building a light tower or something. So yeah, and on what ground, where is this watchtower placed, where is this story told, in what setting. So here we have the transition. So let's place this. It was in the future position even. I thought we were already having it in the past, but it's still coming up in the future for the Aries. Okay, let's go on. So all those stories here, it means we will come back to the story, the Sprookjes, which I told a bit about. We have some stories going on here in the decks. Like we had the traditional story of the 7 goats we saw, for example. We have untraditional stories that are here playing out in the dark of the tarot game also, that I might mention again. So those stories are metaphorical, so take them how it resonates. And here I see a learning. Could also be about colors, so the color of meaning. No past for Aries. Or the visual lines on visual film, cinema or something, but very dark, black and white, like the contrast on the screen of something. And here the Knight of Pentacles, because of something where you're investing in or someone is investing in. It's a complete different story, but here we know some people can be happy because then we start to see like what are the sharp edges, what is the right proposition for the viewer to see it, the light beacon on the frame, on the like imprinted almost on the eye, but very nicely. Let's go on for Aries. So let's see, that was in the past, we go to see on the present for the Aries. Okay, we have the Hermit, the light beacon. This is wise, a very wise light beacon all along those people in the Three of Cups. So those people in circles, in cells, in themselves. Yeah, it's like you're in between those people. Like in big gardens, it's a big garden with many people. It can be very wealthy people, very poor people, a mix. They can have like fame, they can have no fame. At least it's only like where are the circles where you navigate here now as a hermit or not, because a hermit is quite on its own. And here we have the Seven of Swords, or the Knight, again, on its own, being that very dark place. And of course you positioned yourself there. That's very smart. If you are, what we saw in the past, you are positioning yourself for this change of mind, of this perspective, and now you're having it. And you are already the best solution. You are the hermits, you are the light beacon, you are Father Time yourself. To understand time, to understand readings. Aries, so you're busy with lots of things. We saw lots of fire in the past, but the Queen of Swords, where we started the reading, is bringing in this new air in the readings of your Aries. Yeah, we'll see in your reading near future for Aries collective. We have got out the Three of Pentacles. Nice. The first time in your reading a card clarifies itself on the same position. That's good news. It means it works. The connection works. The working together is working. The King of Cups with Piscean time. We are in Piscean time. And here again the Seven of Swords. This very deep point in what's happening here with Pisceans. So look up everything about Piscean if you want. Just go look. What does it mean? The 12th house. What happens if we transition out of the 12th house? If you're going very deep, the deepest points. Even check the planets in your charts. You can navigate on the readings also by following the planets. And here we see the transition, the transit. So what happens when coming from the 12th house of Piscean into Aries, back into Aries, what you are, the first house. Here where you can glorify yourself. So Aries, everything Aries, all placements Aries here. To follow, this is not a knight that's coming in town, this is Aries coming in town. Six of Wands. With the Strength card, this is very nice. This card here, Jupiter. This is the planet Jupiter, what we see. So the temples of Jupiter and everything. So those ceremonies go on there for those specially dedicated people. Outside of what's happening in the ceremony of the High Priestess for the Emperor and the Empress, what we see there, we're waiting for Scorpio. We saw it in the reading. So yeah, here it's another ceremony. It's outside those. It could be much more athletic. It's a totally different. This is great to see this expansion because you're shining your light here, Aries. Let's do the key cards and then we finish with some advice. So thank you for joining here and listening to the stories unfold. And the words. We have the key card, the Magician. Here you are, finally, Emperor, Magician, even Aries collective with the Knight of Swords, so it comes in very fast, leaves very fast, so very happy. Welcome to see you swiftly navigating on the readings. Ace of Swords, let's get to the bottom of some truth here. As your magician, you have your plenty of devices ready to operate. Let's see. Key cards. Yeah, the Queen of Swords. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why you're the Queen of Swords. Don't mind. I don't mind. It don't matters. Let's see for the Aries. Yeah. We have the King of Swords here. He's very organized, very practical, so you understand your Queen of Swords, what you learned about it. You have your Queen of Swords and your Emperor. That's all that you needed to hear to become yourself, the key to yourself. These are the keys. So this brings you exactly to the point where you here are glorifying this point of axis in understanding of the 12th to the 1st house from Piscean, everything what's happening in Piscean and everything what is happening in Aries, with Mars or with Mercurius or with Gemini. Gemini even was very important in the Scorpion reading. Let me take a little bit of liquid to suit the atmosphere of this heavy aspect of Aries full arriving here in the reading. So yeah, we can both wait on Scorpions. So yeah, if you're the first to arrive here, look at this, the Emperor with the Magician. You're the first, of course. Aries, of course, you're the best. Yes, you're the best. Of course you're the best. We have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Again, we have it here. If you don't remember, we have it here. So the Seven of Swords, we have it here, we have it here, and we have it here. We have it everywhere. Aries got its Seven of Swords everywhere. Very resonant here with the Fool. So the Seven of Swords, the deep point, the deep turning points, and the Tower. Wow, you have very deep turning points here, Aries. And this all comes bringing yourself back here to the Emperor and the Magician. Empress will be very happy. And what do we have? The Fool, the children of the glorified self, the glorified kingdom of Aries. What a surprise, isn't it? Yeah, for some it will. I started the readings with Piscean. Piscean was a 12th house. So the readings of Pisceans, then now you are the first after the water signs. So we have your deck ready, some advice. The readings will get shorter, but now we are just rolling in. We have the crossing. So crossing, it's like Jesus on the wheel or something, hanging, but he's like doing it voluntarily because he's like fully sedated by those liquids, those bombs, those herbs, those mixtures of plants, who totally ebb and flow the rhythm of the metabolism. So the crossing was there, and you don't mind because you are in the same state of mind as being fully how to say, I will say it in other words, that you are like how the Empress is now. The Empress is doing the same thing as what you are doing here with the crossing. She is drinking from the cup with special made wine from her crops, and she knows which crops grow the best. So she went to the Greeks, and there in the Greek Empire, it was by incident a wine that Pan, the great Capricornus, helped to create. So, yeah, then it happened that when the wine was drunk, you had to pour water with it because it was such a strong wine to drink. And afterwards, here in this story of you, the crossing, and on the cross on the wheel, let's say it like this, it's like when when the tomb, the dark stone, you are here in your dark stone, the dark point of the 7 of Swords, when you are in the catacomb, when you are wherever you are, when you are in sleep paralysis, in sleep death land, you are there somewhere, so you probably are not aware yet that in the story, while it unfolds, suddenly the person was disappeared. Jesus re-arised and walked up from out of the dead into some other realm or another country. Well, we saw it before in the reading of I think the Cancerian about those zombies, it is called. So we will see how come that this mythical reality can exist. Do you know already? I have a very special porch for you here, the tower. I will pour all the liquids on you, especially your magician. You are here an emperor, so this will be great. Let's go on. The kruisiging, it's not what happened after the kruisiging, it's during those time when Romeo and Juliet were looking for herbs, looking for plants, looking for life, looking for that in those elements, in those plants, in those animals, with those people, to create what they want, what liquid they want to drink. So see also what kind of liquids or gums or chewing or food they give to you or you are received. And it don't matter what happens afterwards, what he just said, because you put the kruisiging itself. If we come for Aries to the Herreisenis, we will see, because your Herreisenis, you're the Herreisenis. Herreisenis, it means enlightenment, rising up. So you here are rising up. You are probably that zombie in the Cancerian reading. We saw about those people that dwell, but there are people dwell and the zombies dwell, and you will be, I think you know where it will those readings will refer to, because of I'm repeating it, you're on this point. So this was the first time I did such a long explanation about one card here, angel, guardian angel. So yeah, here I will not say nothing about it. Was this is how it's happening, guardian angels around and past lives. The guardian angel might or might not know or prophesy themselves, like what will happen after the cross on the wheel, when you the kruisiging, you understand, the kruisiging, but they don't mind if you're die or live, because that's what you were doing as a scorpion here, past lives. Scorpion south notes. So check your south note, just easy going on. Let's see what this mythical reality is about your or D. So yeah, we will see what more advice we can give for D Aries. D sounds so Greeky, so you might be. Yeah, those angel, guardian angel is quite powerful next to those crosses. So it's like your altars, your work, what you're doing is really taking off. It's like a full family of guardian angels connected with you. Family, whatever you want to call those demons. So let's go on. We have the 5 of Earth exact in the middle of the suit of the Earth signs. So go to see what is the deepest point for the North Node Taurus. So Scorpion. If you are not looking Aries, if you are not looking to what we have now, North Node Taurus, and we have Scorpion, Aries. I played some more cards. I don't know where the video stopped, but it looks really nice. So go check those North, South Node Scorpion, at least so we can see what happens with those knowledge on the Scorpions and here what is coming up here by seeing and finishing your... No, we will not go there. You have 2 aces here. Okay, so bye.